Hi guys, Harry here, and with everything going on with the 60th anniversary, all these theories coming out about how is David Tennant returning as the Doctor and how is Catherine Tate returning as Donna, I thought now would be the perfect time to go over some unmade stories from Doctor Who's past. And I'm hoping to make this a series, so let me know down in the comments below if you want this to become a series. And while you're down there, how about subscribing and leaving a like as well? And let's get into the video. So I am starting this off with perhaps one of my favourite unmade stories that I have heard about, which it doesn't have a name, but it was originally intended for episode 11 in series 1, which was eventually replaced by the episode Boomtown. So it doesn't have a name, but it was written by Paul Abbott, and of course it was all about the relationship between the Doctor and Rose. And it kind of picks up really where the Empty Child and the Doctor dances left off, with them having been through some adventures like it is seen in Boomtown. However, they don't go to Cardiff in the present day. They end up in Pompeii in 79 AD, and of course this really goes on the thing, set your watch as you don't want to land on Volcano Day. And it's not Volcano Day in the original sense that was reused in Series 4, The Fires of Pompeii, where it actually was Volcano Day in Pompeii, but there is something bigger kicking off. And Rose feels left out in the TARDIS crew as the Ninth Doctor and Jack have kind of been doing their own things, and Rose feels a bit left out. However, when they land in Pompeii, Jack eventually discovers that Rose's life has been manipulated by the Doctor in an experiment to create the perfect companion, and this is kind of messed up because the Doctor is fresh off the Time War, which explains why he has kind of created the perfect companion. He wants to get his life back as the Doctor. He wants to be the Doctor again, and the way he thought he would do that is by creating the perfect companion, someone else that was like the yin to the Doctor's yang, someone that completed him. And you can kind of see Rose kind of suiting that, as she is the mould for the new companion. She did things her own way. She is kind of the main divergence from classic Who companions to new Who companions, and she kind of paved the way for the modern companions that we see today, like paved the way for Martha, Donna, Amy, Clara, Bill, even Yaz, Graham, Ryan and Dan. So I can see how this could have been an actual episode. And even though I can see this becoming an episode, there was concern, especially from Russell T Davies, about this episode, because he was concerned that it was too reminiscent of the Seventh Doctor's manipulation of Ace in the 1987 serial, like Ghostlight and The Curse of Fenric, where the Seventh Doctor manipulated Ace and really made Ace dislike the Doctor and also made us dislike the Doctor as well. And I can see why he wouldn't want that happening, especially after creating the Time War. He wanted the Doctor to become liked. He wanted us to like the Doctor. He didn't want us to hate the Doctor, which I can see why he wouldn't want this becoming an episode, as really this is messed up by the Doctor, and I think it's just really weird. However, I really like this unmade episode because it is really interesting, because it shows that the Ninth Doctor was obviously desperate after the Time War, desperate enough to meddle with Rose's life, so much that maybe from when she was a baby into becoming the perfect woman for him, the perfect companion for him. And it shows how much the Time War weighed on the Doctor's consciousness. We saw that with the War Doctor when John Hurt portrayed the War Doctor, and he did a great job. But we haven't seen that really much with 9, and it would have really dived into how bad the Time War was, because even in Day of the Doctor, we didn't really see too much the devastation that it had on the others. Yes, 10 and 11 were like, they kind of really felt haunted, but it really wasn't shown too much until the War Doctor, and he hadn't really caused that devastation yet. He hadn't caused the devastation. At the end of the episode, it's shown that the War Doctor, along with 10 and 11, actually saved it. But 9 couldn't remember that the War Doctor tried to save it because the timelines were out of sync. So it shows how desperate 9 would have been to find someone that makes him perfect. And also, it would it wants someone to make him whole again, stay with him forever, which is what Rose intended to be. In the final episode, of course, Doomsday and Army of Ghosts, the 10th Doctor did ask Rose, how long are you gonna stay with me? And she said, forever.
How long are you gonna stay with me?
Forever.
So, obviously, that's what the 9th Doctor wanted, a perfect companion that would stay with him forever. And it also makes the belief that 9 regenerating into 10 was directly for Rose, and it was designed to please her, and designed to make them go closer together, and it would have made a lot more sense why Rose and 10 went into a relationship, and you can see that happening with the 9th Doctor, and it would make sense if the 9th Doctor created Rose, that Rose would fall for the Doctor. However, this story didn't get made, as Abbott had commitments to Shameless, and after a month of writing, and with some queries from Russell T Davies, he dropped out and he had to step away, with Davies ultimately writing Boomtown and replacing this story, and Pompeii getting pushed back to Series 4 for the setting of the fires of Pompeii. And there's there's parallels there, because not just set in Pompeii, but Volcano Day in a different sense, a more personal Volcano Day, where everything could have erupted, because if this was made, it might have changed Series 1, the rest of Series 1 entirely, and it might have been replaced by maybe Rose dying, or Rose saying, I can't travel with you anymore. It might not even have been David Tennant being the 10th Doctor. It could have changed Series 1 and Series 2 entirely. And even stuff after this, as Rose appeared in Series 4, and also she's been mentioned many times by the Doctor before, but that could have all changed if this script was written. And really, I would have liked to see this. I would have liked to see this made. And yeah, it might have been a bit weird, and it might have made the Doctor out so we didn't like him that much. But I think it would have been really cool to see on the small screen. And I am kind of disappointed that this didn't get made. But let me know down in the comments below if you wanted to see this episode get made, if you want to see this episode get made. Also, let me know down in the comments below if you want this to become a series, and what your favourite Unmade episode is, and maybe I'll do them in another video, hopefully this becoming a series. And let me know if you like this episode, leave a like, and also subscribe and share it out, and I will see you in the next one.